Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Mad Max here on the PC. We're going to be jumping directly in because we have somewhat less time than an average stream, but for a very exciting reason. Tonight, More Than a Mia, I Moo Do You Moo 2, and Drienne Levode will be debuting...
All voices speak the same.
Let me just finish that thought. Debuting their three-person multi-stream game, which I don't remember the name of it, but it's some sort of like survival crafting game that I believe involves being homeless in a city. So, that is coming up. However, between now and then, we have some things to do, I think. So, let's take a look at the world here. So, here in Parch Moon, I have one convoy and 2 minefields. Now, the minefields I actually don't know how to interact with. The convoy looks like it comes straight through here. So I'm going to set a course right there-ish. I'm going to go get them. The convoys have proven particularly elusive for me. I feel like I have the tools, but not the skill necessary to disable them.
Camps of the Scrotus hordes. They treat us like kings around here.
It is also possible that I do not have the skills, but I don't know which direction this convoy might be headed, so I'm just going to go up. We're going to choose a direction and see if we can encounter them as we go. The concern with this, as we go along the red dotted line that you see along the bottom left-hand corner there, is if I'm traveling in the same direction as the convoy, it's going to be like they're also moving. But if I'm traveling the opposite direction, we'll actually come across them very quickly. So it might be worth doing one lap, and if I don't find them, turning around and doing a lap in the opposite direction. That will not be necessary, in addition to the plume of smoke that we see up ahead.
Epic proportions.
Yes, that is a convoy. Also, I don't know why I'm having difficulty just staying on the... well, see...
Forget not the grand Ocho, what sits on the hood. An ornament of great power for us.
It's the sniper tower is what I'm after here.
Let's go.
Whoops. All right, whether or not this guy decides to come on me, come after me. Sorry, that was an odd turn of phrase. Whether or not this person decides to come after me, which he is, I would like to, oh boy. All right. Oh, no, if you want to come over here, I'll help you out with that. Oh, a second car. Cool.
She's hurting bad.
She is hurting bad. Nothing for me to latch onto on either of them. Okay, I may need to get out now.
I'll do some quick repairs. Get that sawed off.
As soon as... Is that close enough? Hopefully. Ow. No, I just shot the car, not the person. Ouch! Okay. If you're gonna... Oh, did I get him? Look, the car stopped moving. Hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope that you're having a great Thursday. I am really... This has really been a week. Not necessarily in a bad way, but in an exhausting way. So I just really wanted to get that Shiv Punisher in there. A lot has happened this week. Most of it job-related and not very interesting to talk about. Just, it's very much sort of colored the week in like, oh boy, just every day has been something something to interact with and work on. Now, one thing that happened is, as of the last episode, we have unlocked the ability for cars blown up in this area. We don't have to stop and pick up their scrap. Look, I think it automatically came up. Now, that other one, that's going to take a minute for me to pull apart, you know, blow up. Caroluna is confirming that it's been good. Also, we do know which direction the, what is the phrase that I'm thinking of? Convoy is headed. So, I'm wondering, do you think it's a rule? I really haven't been paying attention to this aspect of it. Do we think that maybe it's a rule that the convoys also always travel counterclockwise? So if we go clockwise around the track, we'll encounter it much more quickly. Also, it could be random. Or it could be set up in accordance with whichever direction you're going. The convoy is always sort of generated at that time. Oh, wait. Okay, it kind of deserved that because I started heading in the wrong direction. Yeah, cleanup crew. Look at that. That is the name of the ability. Oh, well, see, he's almost dead. Now I don't feel so good about shooting the shotgun at his fuel tank. Okay, don't hit that. Son of a bitch. I could see it coming a solid 15 seconds in advance, and I couldn't change my fate. Yeah, Caroluna, do you have anything fun planned for the weekend? Is it, well, first of all, will it be fun for us? And by that I mean, will you be doing some more, hold on. SnowRunner. Because I certainly hope so. Ouch. Okay. Yep, get out. Hey, Jump Bucket, you're okay with me doing that, right?
How's it going?
Oh, hello to I Am Hybird. I hope that you are also having a nice Thursday. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. The good news, such as it is I do feel like I have a fairly clear path towards the weekend at this point. I feel like tomorrow is going to be a Friday, and then we will be into the weekend. Let me just check my map. Yeah, it's probably best if I just go on this track. So one thing that I have to figure out a way to do is pin down the lead car. This is not going to be our entire episode, but hopefully this will be the episode where I do figure out a superior strategy for dealing with this. There's, as far as I know, one car in this convoy that I need to get in order to have successfully done the convoy. And it's the one right up front. It's the one that always bugs out. It doesn't seem to have any sort of intent towards doing combat. And I want to get it. It's not about the hood ornament. It's about the fact that we've done most of the things in this region except that. Hybrid says, I think my Friday will be fine, to be honest. I love doing the convoy, is my favorite. Yeah, I'm enjoying the challenge of it. In open world games, I usually... Well, I hit someone. That's what counts. Oh, and it was the right guy, too. Okay, we did a lot of damage to this, Oh man, if I can just get one shotgun shell in there. No, turn back around. Do not catch on fire. I forbid it.
A war machine goes
Okay. I just have to pick this up. Out. Don't! Max, do like a rolling grab. Oh, thank goodness. Yes, everybody get out.
He's already dead.
I just want you to know I did not press the roll button there.
Man!
Okay, now I can get the hood ornament, which is actually the least appealing. Yeah, not really interested in that at all. I am going to take it. I do want the collectible. And so here would be the next question that I have. What's the most efficient way to get these guys all blown up? And I feel like 2 of them have exposed gas canisters. So if I can just sort of like park them in close proximity to one another, hopefully within 2 shotgun shells, I will have taken out all 3 vehicles. And let me get a little farther away. All right, and that last one is not worthy of a shotgun shell for sure. I just have to like basically tap it. And I don't even have to get out because cleanup crew is on the scene. Okay, so now in Gutgash's territory, I've only got 2 minefields, and I think you might need a specific upgrade. I don't know. I went to a minefield once before I realized what it was, and then felt alarmed. Is this complete survey crew projects in strongholds? I could go down and do that. That feels like a long way away. Oh, there's a minefield. Use the dog in Chum's buggy. Yeah, I don't think I have access to Chum's buggy. So there's a log for story missions, but those look like the ones that I've already done. And then we've got some... Wait, not all of these are... Wait, this one has an exclamation point. Can I go do this? Gutgash needs some prime steel in order to patch his stronghold. The steel can be found in tunnels to the east. Buzzard's Belly. Unlock maximum mag sniper rifle. Oh, I want that. Hope has revealed that she fled... Yeah, can I select this? Find the northern tunnel west of Gastown. I'm not sure I can do that. How about this one? Oh, here's the one I want to do. Return to the wreckage of Chum's hideout and look for the dog and buggy. Okay, that will allow us to clear the minefields. So, let's do this. I'm Hybrid says, I remember when you said last time I was here that you hope there's an automated way for scrap to be picked up. Yes, and thank you for not spoiling it. I'm very glad that there is, because that is an awesome ability. Is it? Yes, Chum's hideout. So I hope everybody's comfortable. It's going to take a second to get there. Yeah, without giving it away, there was another game that I played all the way through on stream, and on multiple occasions, I said, oh man, I really hope like this. Oops. Oh, it's so weird that I can't do this. Why would they have overlooked this gameplay element or this cosmetic element? Okay. Just trying to get a little bit of distance from me and the Grinder brothers there. And what I didn't know about the thing I was not complaining about, but like wishing for, is that it was totally coming up. I just needed to keep playing the game. And I wasn't like upset about it. It was just like, man, this would be so awesome. I wonder why they overlooked this thing. And when I unlocked it, I realized that everyone else in stream who had already played the game knew it was coming up and was listening to me be like, sort of lament the fact that I didn't think it was going to be in the game at all. I know this is vague. I know that I'm sort of talking in circles about it, but I don't want to give it away so that other people can have the moment of revelation that I had, and that I can say that I was so grateful. I was so grateful to the people in chat who didn't spoil it. No, like, well, you never know, wink, wink, none of that stuff. It was so cool. So I full on believe I am Hybrid when he says, I am not going to spoil anything. Hello to Samalander, who says, I really hope someday I find a bow. Yes, That's another... Was that slow motion or did the game slow down? I'm actually not sure. Yes, Salamander is also referencing a, let's say, particularly memorable moment in the world of Angel Streams, where I was very enthusiastic about finding something that was just right in front of my face. Oh, I got off. I was checking chat, and okay. Like, again, so here's the thing that I'm going to say, but I don't really want clarity on. I would like someday to have a way to disarm these bear traps. I call them bear traps. Are they more like animal traps? Just like vice traps? I would love to have a reliable way to like see that they are there and then to disarm them. Is that coming up? Well, probably. This game seems awfully... I'm holding so much... Oh, really, is it? Okay, well, I should probably drink some of it because my lives are very low. I'm gonna have to see Griffa again. I will be surprised. You know what's gonna happen? I'm either gonna unlock every upgrade in the game, which will probably happen based on how this game seems to treat experience. What was the end of that sentence? I'm either gonna unlock every episode, every upgrade in the game, or we're going to be visiting Griffa at least once in every episode. I think that's a fairly safe bet, because this game unlocks upgrades pretty quickly. I'm going to need to open up the chat window so that it doesn't scroll out messages quite so quickly, because Salamander, Caroluna, and I Am Hybrid are talking, and I'm missing it. Hybrid is agreeing that the chat was awesome. You guys, I really want to rotate the mic when I do this, but the wire, it's great as long as I don't touch it or move it. So if I get a little bit away from the mic, my apologies. I want to make sure that I get to see. Samlander says, never check chat when there's a fire around you. I'm Hybrid says, wow, I never even seen those bear traps. Wait, really? Because they're like all over the place. Like, they're all over the place. And Samlander says, someone's hunting bears, they really should just go to a bar. And Caroluna just cannot bear it. Let me just pop out chat now. Oh, so I wanted to ask Salamander. Yeah, let me just go like so. My question... Oh, actually, I think Salamander did answer the question now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, let me get this on the way. He's got a scarecrow. Josh Sawyer swears by Foundry VTT. It's a Foundry virtual tabletop software, and he and his sort of like... I think they're actually playing like a cyberpunk campaign right now. It's not Dungeons & Dragons, but his tabletop crew have moved over to Foundry and like really like it. He's been actually posting about it for months. It's not like it was some like weird sponsorship deal. He is very, very much enjoying the features. And so I was curious if Salamander and friends had tried it out, but my memory is that Salamander said that he hasn't tried it out just yet. Summerhawk, who is the DM for Kyber Shards, said that he would check it out, you know, look at the demo and see what it brings to the table. Is this person dying or hiding? I think they're dying.
Yes, gladly. It is my sacred place.
The explosion. I was too close. Hurt badly. Stink gum in his sick pups. I'm crisped up. End it. Please. Just end me.
Lying half dead close to Chum's boat, end his life and take the loot. Like, there's no other option here, right? He's severely burned, internal hemorrhaging. Yeah. I just want to make it clear, I'm not doing this for the loot. I am doing this to end the suffering. There was another game, again, which I am not going to spoil here, but another game that we played fairly recently where there was a big cinematic closure to a character, and one of the first things that I wanted to do was spare a bullet to make sure that character was down, because they were fatally wounded, but I was concerned, based on the way that things played out, that they might still be suffering. What an odd thing to be like, you know, and you know, just as a quest objective, and end the suffering and get the loot. I almost would rather have that uncoupled from any sort of reward. So, is this a place I've been and failed to? Oh man, hold on. I am okay. So, oh, there's the wheel. I missed my kill streak because he went to attack, but I punched him before I could, and then still hit the counter.
Oh, there's a rule. You don't kill the war crier. Not sure if you're aware.
I really, really do like how meek the war criers become after you kill everyone in their group. Also, I'm sorry, I don't think that I read it out loud. I Am Hybrid says, we use Roll20, but are looking into Foundry. Sam Linder says, I have a friend who uses Foundry and loves it, but Sam Linder himself has never tried it. I've already invested enough into Roll20 that switching to Foundry would be moderately expensive. Yeah, and I'm sure that you mean not only in terms of the... That's a lot of fuel cans. Not only in terms of like the program, which looks like it costs $50 for the, $50 American, $50 US for the GM, and then nothing for the players, but also in terms of time. Probably very expensive in terms of time, because you would need to port over and redesign a lot of things that you probably have long since set up in Roll20. So yeah, I can understand the reluctance to switch over. Oh, hello to Patikin, who is dropping a lurk, would love to hang out and also in the streams later, but not feeling the best. Oh no, second COVID shot got to me. I hope that you're having fun well. Patikin, if we didn't miss you, you've probably heard me say on a few different occasions, the second COVID shot knocked me down real good for a little bit, and it got better and was well worth it, but I very much know the feeling that you're coming from, and I hope that it passes quickly. Salmon says time as well as digital resources like rule books. Yeah, that's the other thing. That is... I'm disappointed that the physical books that we own, there's no... I do understand it. I'm not mad about it. But I'm disappointed that the digital Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition books that we own, there is no option to unlock that content on D&D Beyond, which is the website that you can use to, say, generate character sheets and all that great stuff. You know, roll up your characters, and like the website walks through all the rules, so it's just done correctly. It really bypasses the possibility of making a sheet getting the wrong number on there. And many, many, many other things. I'm just like... I feel like we're about to have a fight. Gosh, what do you think was the first game you played with dynamic music? I remember when that was a back-of-the-box element. Like, the musical score on the game will actually change depending on in-world events. Ooh. And now it's like, you don't even think about it? I don't know how to get... Oh. Yeah, hello. Ah! I thought he was gonna rage out. I'm Hybrid, let's see. He's asking if you can port any books over. Yes, I've bought my books on D&D Beyond. So the thing is for me, and this is why I'm not mad about it, and I'm not, this was way more confident than I was that there was a Scrotus insignia there. I can read a physical book so much better than I can read on a screen. And before anybody mistakes that, like Mia, for example, would love to like, haha, that does not include the Kindle. Kindle's not great for like a resource book, like a source book, like a textbook. I wouldn't really enjoy that. But in terms of a novel, I'm fully on board with that. No, but when I'm like flipping through a book for like rules, like, oh, let me get to this stat block for this monster. I want a physical book. I can't, it's so much better for me. We will not sell you food. We will not allow you entry. Only military personnel allowed. Intruders will be shot, says the history relic. So that's all to say, I want our D&D books physical so that I can flip through and see the pages and like, I don't like fold the pages over or earmark them anyway. I just like having them physically there that, you know, lay down in bed and, I can, that's like, I'll flip through and read and 2 of 3 parts for the Survey Crew project in Jeet's Stronghold. I cannot eat this moldy, fly-covered dog food. That's disappointing. Similar says having the monsters in D&D in the virtual tabletop is so powerful. I can build encounters in moments. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. If I were to invest in anything on D&D Behind, it probably would be the monster manual. Because the player's handbook, you can sort of like navigate without too much difficulty, like, but in terms of building the encounters or something like that, whether it's on D&D Beyond or the like in a virtual like Foundry, something like that, having the monsters on hand that you can do a search by challenge rating or by a particular name or a particular like genre of monster, like, carrion crawlers, undead, something like that, something that's thematically valuable or appropriate. Hopefully that was a Shiv wall execution. It felt like it. Yeah, Sam Leonard says, I need physical books to the rule books. I can't retain rules from digital books for some reason. I use sticky notes to earmark books. Oh, yeah. I actually really like it when I see that somebody has like a whole bunch of like tabs sticking out. It shows things that are important to them. I have a weird block about it that I want to try to keep my books as pristine as I can for as long as I can, even as I am constantly thumbing through them and rechecking, hey, what's the standard array in Dungeons & Dragons? What are those numbers again? Okay, I'm mentally making a note that there is another way. It's a way back from where I am. I am gonna go get that insignia. Anything out here? Anything I should get out here? No, I don't see that. Hybrid says, I was actually just thinking this. No. Okay. Seriously? Hold on. Okay, wait. Hold break. There we go. For some reason, when I try to do that, I must not have been standing in the right position is all. It's easier to remember when I can see where it exists on the page. The endless scroll screws me up. Yeah. That's I hadn't ever thought about it to put it into those words, but if I had, those would be words I would choose. Because I think that's a very apt description of it. Like, if I need to know, like, hey, remind me, do proficiency bonuses apply to weapon damage? They do not, by the way. But, like, where do I look? Where's that? Like, I sort of, like, know in the book where the page is, but if I have to, like, as you say, endlessly scroll back to, like, that general chapter, it's just gonna take, like, a million years.
Get it! Go for the choker! Stop them! Ah!
Oh no! Oh, I missed my dodge!
Now watch it move for
Sorry, that was sufficient, guys, that I needed to like take a mental health break there. just really focus in. Killer says the lack of control. I will say that if you know what you're looking for, if you can control F something to like find it on the page, it's when that fails you. That's what's really frustrating. Like, man, I know for a fact I saw this phrase, but like the spelling of it is wrong or whatever. Like, hey, I really need to find that Curse of Strand. Where's that guy? You know, what's his name? Count Strand? I gotta find that guy. My Control F isn't turning it up, goddammit. Hello to Force! Sam Linder says, I tend to get 2 copies of game books I really like. A ratty everyday copy and a less ratty shelf copy. I gotta say, we are actively... It's been pitched, the idea of, like, getting a second set of the D&D, like, the core rule books. Just to not touch, because I think that 5th edition is really something special. Force, boy, I'm always concerned about pigeonholing somebody's personal story into only being about a particular thing, but it would feel remiss if I did not ask Force if there are any job updates. Sam is saying you make games look easy. Really? With all the deaths? Like I get the shit kicked out of me, especially in vehicles in this game. I feel like anybody who thinks... I appreciate the sentiment, but anybody that thinks that I make games look easy just hasn't watched far enough yet. Believe me, I can make things look really hard. So, explosion required. I need something that goes boom. Ah, and here we go. Now, see the little, yeah, see you put another one there? That is such a nice feature. Is it realistic in a world that's supposedly, like, short on gasoline or whatever? No, but it's better than the alternative. Think about how it would work otherwise. You accidentally misfire on the explosion, and then you have to leave the camp altogether and wait for it to respawn. That's not fun for anyone. I Am Hybrid says, I just realized the same thing. Oh dear, what did I realize something? I may have, and then I promptly forgot what it was. The nice thing about 2 copies, the ratty copy is the one you loan out to the table. Yeah, I have so far on the couple of occasions that I've engaged my nephew in Dungeons & Dragons, I sort of like, I talked to him about what kind of character he felt would be fun, and then I built the character. Part of that is to... Oh, I'm immediately gonna have to use this shell. Part of that is to just, like, get into the game. We all think building characters is fun. Looking through the book and, like, seeing what the skills are and planning ahead, and yes, that is true. I agree with you. However, if you don't even know what Dungeons & Dragons is, and your, like, uncle is advising you that you'll probably think it's cool, the least cool thing in the world is going to be to methodically pour over a bunch of paragraphs of text. And like, I know that we all hit that point in our lives where it's like, hey, don't tell me what I can't do. But believe me, my nephew would not enjoy that. However, you like lay out a picture and say, okay, here's your character, and you give him like a little figure. You know what we use? You know what we use for miniatures? Skylanders. His miniature is Chill. If you ever do a search for the Skylander Chill, that's his character, because Chill has a sword and a shield, and he is a dwarven fighter. So he's got like a warhammer and a shield, just sort of like play pretend. Oh, wait. Force says, had an interview at 11:30 with a job in Texas, contract for 6 months with 10 candidates, called me at 3 to tell me I got the job, asking about a stipend to relocate. Force, that is tremendously exciting. Congratulations. I'm Hybrid says, I've been playing D&D for over 3 years now in 3 campaigns, and I've never read the rules. Just look them up when I need to. I take it you don't DM. I am one of those forever DMs. Someday, I hope to be fortunate enough to play in a tabletop role-playing game with Sam Melander and friends, or Geek and friends, or, you know, any group of friends that will have me, because I would very much like to do that. I am not a good DM. I make no claims to it. It's interesting for me to watch other DMs and feel like, oh no, how do I get that? I can't zip line down from there. I am short a bullet. Wait, this'll do it. This should do it. I don't know what Max's throwing arm is like, but this is far enough down that I feel like the arc will take it. So we're basically going to line up on his head, and I'm going to throw. No, that was very disappointing. So the other thing I might do, I haven't tried to do the left bumper style manual throw with one of these. It could work. Sam Lander's saying you can't play pretend in D&D. So I don't know if I ever shared this. Hold on a second. Let's aim a little bit high. We'll see how it goes. Oh, check that out. Okay, 100%. Sam says that he finds that he prefers DMing. like, let me be clear. I enjoy DMing. I just don't feel like... Here's one of the concerns that I have with DMing. And hold on, let me just make sure. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Oh, and hello to Azric. God damn it. There's so many green names, Azric. I missed your arrival. I'm Hybrid says my friends are DMs, so I don't need to anymore. I didn't mean to press that button. Let me just scroll up. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything from Force. Not as excited as I would hope to be. I hope they give me a stipend, but if not, then I don't know that I can make the move down to Waco. See, I don't know enough about your situation where you are to be able to be like, oh no, it'll be fine. You know your situation a lot better than I do. It would... If something's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. However, if there's a way to make this happen, I hope it happens for you, because I know that this was something that you were very, very hopeful about. I felt based on your descriptions that they were very... Oh, wait. Hold on a second. No, hold on. What's the pickup can button? Shit. Okay, fine. We'll do it the punch way. Oh yeah, well, you can have that then. Oh, okay, so I feel like in a lot of games they would not have rolled out of the way. They would have just, like, been focused on me. So I'm actually really happy that they avoided that. I mean, not really happy, but it's cool. Force is the one I'm really wanting. I have a facility tour on Monday. Okay, maybe I've been turned on. Maybe that's the one that you're excited about. So, like, I would...
A mighty duster!
Oh, my cleanup crew isn't active in this area. So... Hopefully we can recognize a separation between sharing a worldview versus giving advice on what someone else would do, or should do, rather. So I'm just like, in my personal view, if I am offered a job, my answer is yes. Even if I think at that moment that I have something better lined up or whatever, yes, absolutely. I'm extremely excited about that. Thank you so much. Because I am very comfortable contacting them after the fact to say, okay, I just wanted to let you know I did have one additional interview after that. They did make me a better offer. Hey, if it turns into some sort of a friendly rivalry between two potential employers, that's okay. And if not, I'm just keeping my options open. So I would submit that even if there's concerns about being able to like make the move and stuff, yes, I'm so excited, Waco. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you so much. I would definitely like to have a conversation about that stipend. And then, hey, if this facility tour works out the way that I think it will, because I do remember that was the other one that was like the third interview or whatever.
My chapel, my sanctum, my sacristy, all blown to smithereens by infidels.
You can always switch over. And here's why. Hold on, these guys are really having a chat. Here's why I'm comfortable with that. You owe your employer, like, the terms of your contract. And if you're not employed yet, you don't owe them any loyalty at all. I would also say, unfortunately, in my experience, they are very unlikely, employers in general, very unlikely to be loyal to you when the chips are down. So, at the risk of sounding mercenary, more mercenary than I feel, you are allowed to actively shop yourself around for the best deal. Oh, wait. For the best deal on the table. Before we go any further, pause right here, because I'm pretty sure it was the last episode of Mad Max where this came up, and I just saw Jab drop into chat. I didn't even see what he said yet. I want to actively acknowledge the truth of what Jab said in the last episode. Last episode of Mad Max, Jab said that it felt like Great Britain had turned the corner on COVID, and he said infections are way down. After the stream, not because of that, just, we do try to pay attention to the news. I just hadn't seen that story yet. He was 100% correct. There's a big news story out of Great Britain that their active infections, their positivity rate had dropped by a large amount, and wherever our disagreements might be in entertainment products or like opinions on I don't know, food or pizza or whatever else, I want to be very careful that this channel is never inadvertently a vector for misinformation. I might be wrong about things from sometimes, but that's not by like a lack of caring about it. So yes, good news coming out of Great Britain. I'm very happy that Jab was correct about that, and I wanted to make sure that we touched on that. I'm very glad that he stopped by. That reminded me.
She lives yet?
Sturdier than it looks.
Put the dog in the back of... How long has this dog been out here, though?
There you are. Found food. Good dog.
Dinky Dee's alive! I knew he would prevail. He's a survivor.
Oh, into the back of this buggy?
Here. I'm taking it back to Jeet's fortress. Meet me there.
Indeed, indeed, Saint. I'll steer her safe.
I'm gonna take a quick look around here. But yeah, the fuck? What? Hold on. I must have accidentally crossed the threshold. Is the doggo still in the... Yep. Do we know Dinky D male, female? I think he said good boy. Using fast travel or abandoning Chum's buggy will reset this objective. Well, I wouldn't use fast travel anyway, but thank you for the notice. I'm afraid it's going to get mad at me if I go there. So let's, go up here. I don't think I'll be able to take out the scarecrows as we go. Forrest was saying, oh man, Waco, I love you so much. I heard your Branch Davidians are great. What percentage of people do you think will watch this stream and have no idea what a Branch Davidian is? Similar says there's only one true Pizza the Hawaiian. Have one confirmed, too highly likely. That's in terms of job offers. Jab says long enough to be hungry for sure. Don't assume Dinky D's gender. Sorry, that was I Am Hybrid. Carolina says, didn't he say he's a survivor? That one about the dog. I think that's correct. I'm not sure how I feel about using the dog as an opportunity to clear minefields. I feel like this particular dog has been through a bunch. Wait, what? There's a scarecrow. Wait, what? Oh, look. Hold on. Dog says this way. This way to the minefield. Oh! Okay. Okay, so do I drive further? Because Dinky D doesn't seem to want to get out. Bark, bark. I'm sort of going. Bark, bark, bark. Oh yeah, look. Boy, they had no shortage of. I'm very much enjoying how much chat enjoyed that.
I thought we'd be demolished.
Oh, did you think we'd be demolished? I can't imagine why. Okay, so Dinky D's in the buggy. Now, here's a question. Does it save the fact that I had successfully disarmed one of the two mines? Or do I have to do that one again? The end of that was supposed to be no shortage of like game mechanic ideas, because now we've introduced the idea of a hot, cold mine detection with the dog who lives in the back of the buggy, which I think is cool. I love it when games like this, like we're on episode 7 now, and every episode has been multiple hours. And this is the first time that we've sort of gone with this. Is that because I'm playing sub-efficiently? Oh, sure. Yeah, but I'm comfortable with that. What I like about it is that, you know, we've talked a little bit about... Lacrimosa of Dana, Ease 8, and the fact that I felt like that game showed me everything it had to offer in the first like 2 hours, and that everything after. Okay, so where did I go wrong? Did I step on it, or was it just moving too quickly? Jam says, this is just me, not a trusted source, but if you look at UK and India, it seems like the Delta variant burns hot but not long. I would love an end to the pandemic that results in fewer human lives. Because right at this moment in the United States, I am concerned about my ability... Oh, there it is. To keep myself and my family and my friends and coworkers safe. You know, I try to be responsible and do my best. I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to, like, withdraw from rational society. I just also don't want to be flippant or cavalier in a way that can be potentially harmful to others. So, wait, I have plenty of water this time. Dog, wait up.
Sorry.
Or you wait there. I'm gonna go give this person some water. I should note, when I give this person water, and this is not, as we've been talking about, I'm not looking for any information about this. There is no outward indication that I'm getting a reward for this. As far as I know, I'm not getting any experience points. I'm not getting any scrap. There's no alignment meter that's ticking up in one direction. Like, look, I just gave that person water. Is there a reward for that? I have no idea, and I'm entirely comfortable not knowing on the assumption that it will at some point reveal itself. If we reach credits on this game and I still don't know if there was a point to doing that, I'll still be okay with it. Because you know what? I gave away a resource that ultimately didn't matter jack shit to me, and I got to feel good about helping someone. Fictional someone, sure, but someone nonetheless. Do I need to stop here? Well, I can refill my water. Hybrid was absolutely waiting for the landmine explosion. Hybrid says this game is awesome. Yeah, I'm really having a good time with it. I'm specifically having a good time with it because this game, like so many open world games, gives us a lot of opportunity to talk about stuff. When I'm playing Aegis Rim, the game is doing all of the talking. And that's understood going into it. Believe me that it's never a lack of interest in engaging with chat. It's just challenging to do that when 70% of the game is characters talking animatedly at one another about what the plot is. And I want to try to follow and decode that plot. But here, yeah, the characters pipe up every once in a while, but it's usually to say, oh man, I need some gas. That guy just punched me with his spiked knuckles. It really hurt a lot. I need some more water. Oh, look, I found some ammo for me gun. Now I'm gonna pick up this scrap. Fantastic. Here's some kind of a zip line. Whee! Oh man, this is the best time I've had ever since my wife died. Like, that's all the dialogue is. Like, if there's some elaborate storyline going on, I haven't figured it out. But we get to have some cool action, and we get to have the satisfaction of checking off things on a big list. And that's fun. Back with water. Nothing boosts your spirits like blasting Carmel Danson in group Valheim chat. Okay. I am not entirely sure what that is. Is it a, I assume by blasting it's music? Honest to God, music and me, I don't, like, you know how I have trouble remembering, like, character names? Believe me that band names aren't that much better. I used to do, live like text recaps of episodes of Big Brother, and one day one of the contestants mentioned REO Speedwagon, and I misspelled it AERO because I'd never seen REO Speedwagon typed out, so I did not know how it was spelled or presented. Awesome! Centrifugal Force just got the HR paperwork. Am I done here? I feel like I am. I did the zone. So, again, I pressed back, and this is not where I am. So, where am I? I'm way over here. Why do you think it defaulted there? Yeah, so see how there's no longer, like, a yellow hand? We have finished this area. So I'm gonna go see if we can knock down this scarecrow on the way. And otherwise, we're gonna continue delivering this dog to wherever he wants to be. Oh, hello to Mia. So as we go, yeah, so in about 40 minutes or so, twitch.tv/morethanamia is going to be going live with a special first part of a 3-part event stream. It's going to be More Than a Mia, I Moo Do You Moo 2, and Drienne Levode. That's Drienne_Levode. And they're going to be doing a 3-person co-op game called Hobos Are Great, or something to that effect. I cannot remember the name of this game because I've never even heard of it prior to the announcement of this event. So we are all going to have the fun of discovering in real time, all together, what is this game? Oh, okay. I need to like ramp it up a little bit more. Mia, thank you very much for doing some shoutouts. It is going to be Hobo Tough Life. What the fuck? I can probably shoot it with my gun. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna really get the roadway to get her up to 88 miles an hour, and then you're gonna see some shit. There we go. I still feel like it's an underrated moment in the first Back to the Future movie. We're allowed to spoil a movie that's actually multiple decades old. It's like 30 years old. It's more than that now. Something like that. In a scene very, very early on, and then that you get to see played back again from a different angle later on, there's a great yell that Michael J. Fox goes when he's just go, "No! Bastards!" Like, I can't do it, and I've never been able to do it, but there's this, like, holler of anguish that he does, and I feel like nobody ever talks about it. That was artistic, but did not go where I wanted to. Blah says, am I reading right? It's a homeless open world survival game. Yes, apparently. And Mia has confirmed that she is putting trust in the judgment of others, that it's not going to be exploitative of houseless people. I've never heard of it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's like. What I can say is that I know Mia, Drienne, and Moo to be all people of good conscience. So if it's weird in some way, I suspect that they're gonna tap out real quick. I doubt very much that it'll be weird in some way. Wait, do I know what I'm looking for here? 1 scrap and 1 cleanup crew part. Yeah, I want the cleanup crew everywhere I go. So one thing I was going to say to, like, Samalander, and hopefully he's still here, but I know that, like, Force is, and, no, this is, I'm Hybird. Yeah, the people that we were talking D&D with. I know that I've shared this with Mia. I don't know if I've shared this with, like, people on stream, so apologies if it is repeat information. But when I introduced my nephew to Dungeons & Dragons, the way that I explained it to him is, I said, in this game, you play a character who is capable of doing extraordinary things, but he's not capable of doing everything, not on his own, not without the help and support of his friends and allies. And unlike a video game where you might fight and die and then respawn, in Dungeons & Dragons, if you die, the story continues right along without you, and you might wind up creating a brand new character, but you'll have a different place in the story from there. So you want to put some consideration into how you choose to exercise your agency from inside the game. And he took that, I feel like he really took that to heart, and it was good to see him, because he had no, am I done here? I am, so I can just leave. Okay. He had no framework through which to view Dungeons & Dragons. He only knows, video games, where the consequence for dying is you respawn 15 feet ago and just keep right on playing. And I wanted to make it clear that if he made a bad decision, there would be consequences, and not just for him, for others in the world and the storyline as well. So I feel like that was a good way to frame it up, and he has expressed interest in playing more, and it's just been a matter of scheduling, so he seemed to enjoy it. Moo says, I'm giving the kids the lecture that mommy will be streaming with friends and there should be no interruptions unless someone is bleeding or the house is on fire. Well, also, Moo, I would submit that if the house is bleeding and the kids are on fire, they might also want to report that. That would be some real Rose Red, some real Overlook Hotel situation. I was thinking, speaking of the Overlook, one of the events on Mia's bucket list is to stay at the actual real-world hotel that the Overlook, where the Overlook was shot. I guess it's been renovated somewhat since then, and it probably doesn't snow where it is anymore and is therefore open year-round, I assume. But I I would like to submit that Mia should also add to that list going to wherever it is that the dumb lodge is, the hotel in Twin Peaks. I feel like Mia has now spent enough of her fictional life watching that place that it's time for her to enjoy the real deal. And it probably, by the way, is nothing like that on the inside. Oh, dodge! Okay, see, he started that off screen, so I missed it. So, of course, the little punks ask, what if it's just a paper cut? Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Oh my god, you guys, I just gotta say, dinner is prepping in the next room. I'm doing this this stream a little bit solo, and it smells really good. Sam Leonard said the weak scarecrow lied. Yeah, that weak scarecrow that I was trying to knock down took a few hits. Force is saying again 27 per hour. I assume that's dollars, and that is great. I'm just looking to see, because she said I say again. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing it. But that's awesome, Force. Force says, I'm losing my mind. So, wait, Force, is that the job that's officially offered, or is that the one that, like, that's what you got from HR, I assume. So that's the one that's officially on offer. That's when Moo said, so of course little punks are like, what if it's just a paper cut and I'm bleeding? Should I interrupt you then? Hey man, paper cuts hurt. Sometimes you need mom. Sam Lina says, careful, the older one might cut the younger one after the younger one starts the house on fire. Yeah, that could also happen. Now we're done with the hypothetical situations. Chivalry is agreeing that the house bleeding is noteworthy, and Mia is saying yes, please, presumably to stay at the, what's it called? Like the Northwoods Hotel or something? Whatever it's called in Twin Peaks. I did not realize that, not Sherilyn Fenn, who's the other one? Laura Dern? Who's the one who plays Donna in Twin Peaks? She was also in The Practice. But I just assume, I did not realize, like, I knew Kyle MacLachlan was in Twin Peaks, and then I didn't know anybody else. But now I assume that for the last several decades, every single place that Kyle MacLachlan and Sherilyn Fenn and Donna Lynn Champlin have gone, they have been accosted by fans saying, but really, what's the deal? Like with the little person and the giant and the talking backwards, like what was all that about? And it must be like people demanding of the actor who played Chewbacca, like, was that a real language or not? Like it must get so tiring. Like I don't know. I showed up, they gave me a script, I enjoyed it, I did this dance with the weirdo like porn music, and that was the whole thing. I don't have any more insight than you do. And then every once in a while, they must just be like, oh, what you didn't realize is that the real killer was actually the dog. Yeah, it's real. And just like completely fuck with people. Hey, here's a random aside that made me think of this. Yeah, so Force was officially offered Waco. At the very least, I can bring that to the Sulfur Company and say I have this as an offer. Yeah, for real. And again, I am, hey, guys at this other plant facility, I am really interested in this. I need you to know that there's another offer on the table. I'm ready to move ahead with this. I really am. We're done here? No. What am I missing? That's the buggy. What's this? I'm missing one scrap. So let me just look around here. There was an episode of... it was an old... Sorry. A lot of thoughts just because of how poorly, like, 90s and early 2000s style comedies have evolved, or aged, rather. Okay, so how the hell do I get up there? I can see the box. This is... Max, you are... You know Alan Wake can't run? Max needs to, like, I don't know, get some glucosamine in his knees. He can't jump for shit. Okay, we did it. There was an episode of an NBC quote-unquote must-see TV series called Suddenly Susan, a television series that was absolutely unmemorable in any conceivable way, except for the fact that it had Brooke Shields, David Spade, and... I know I had Kathy Griffin, that's not who I'm thinking of. I cannot remember the actor's name. The guy that played John Bender in The Breakfast Club. That guy. So he was also in it. However, the only reason I'm bringing up the easily forgotten sitcom Suddenly Susan is that there was one episode where Mark Hamill was a guest star, and he played a character named Mark Hamill, who was, he had played Luke Skywalker on some old movie called like Star Wars. And the premise of the episode was David Spade was like super geeking out about how exciting it was to be near Luke Skywalker, and kept asking him all of these super arcane questions like it was the Itchy and Scratchy episode of The Simpsons. And so Mark Hamill, apparently having nothing better to do, decided to dedicate several days of his personal life to doing it back to him, following David Spade around and asking the most inane questions about how many different colors of pen he kept in the pencil cup and stuff like that. And there's no punchline to this story. This is me remembering an episode of Suddenly Susan because I've always been so entertained by the fact that someone who has had such a wide and varied and successful career as Mark Hamill would at any point choose to spend that much time around David Spade, who I don't have anything against, but I just don't feel like compares as well. I mean, Mark Hamill is an incredibly busy person. He recently revealed a fact that at least I didn't know. Mark Hamill has played multiple uncredited voice roles in every Star Wars movie released since like 2001. He's in everything all of the time. Guys, I distinctly remember eating... Yikes. These are very disappointing when I flip them over. I should stop flipping these cards. I distinctly remember eating this guy last night. I recognize his face. Excited exclamation point with a little circle for the dot at the bottom. Signed Tim. That's who it was. Yeah, as Sam Lander says, Mark Hamill is an amazing voice actor. He's a better voice actor than he is an actor. See, I've only seen him in, No, that's not true. No, I saw him in both Star Wars and also Wing Commander. And when you consider the quality of the Wing Commander video game scripts, I mean, the fact that he made them good. Although, you know, in fairness, you know who's the real champ of the Wing Commander games? Tom Wilson. Better known, son of a bitch. I missed a scrap. Sorry, guys, we gotta go back. Tom Wilson is probably better known as the actor who played Biff in the Back to the Future movies. And I mean, like, every incident of Biff Tannen. He is an extremely funny guy. He is a very, very gracious guy. I mean, I want to stay at least 300 yards away from him at all times because I find him incredibly intimidating. He has an incredibly incisive wit. He is a very, very skilled comedian and is a super nice guy from everything I've ever heard and seen of him. And he can play the guitar. He's awesome. Yeah, as the Fae says, Maniac. He plays Maniac in that, and in a video game full motion video event like Wing Commander that has Mark Hamill, and is his name Bernard Shaw? Am I remembering the name correctly? The guy that played the captain in that. And it has Ginger Lynn Allen and Oh, it's got Francois Chow, and it's got... I'm not going to remember everybody in the game. I would submit that I have a very good memory for people who were in Wing Commander 4, everybody. Oh, wait, was that Wing Commander 3? That's Wing Commander 3, whatever. So I'm not going to get every single person, but Tom Wilson was a standout. He was so much fun, and he had so much fun with that role. Maniac is kind of a detestable person, but Tom Wilson is very good at playing that, so he was great. And the Facehead liked him in Wing Commander. Wait, no, I also liked Mark Hamill in Wing Commander. The thing was, Mark Hamill was the player character, so his personality was simply less well defined than so many of the others. Like, and part of that is that you chose your responses, so it had to be a little bit malleable and a little bit... The characters could never react to who Mark Hamill was because they never knew who he had been. The game wasn't sophisticated enough to have lines of dialogue referencing when you had been an asshole to somebody, so they wouldn't call you out as being an asshole later on. That's just a function of the style of game that it was. So that's the issue there. Mark Hamill did a great job, but he did a great job voicing some guy who had blue hair in the previous game. You know, that was sort of his defining characteristic.
Taking a short rest from your twisted path. I'll help you find what you seek. But first, answer me this.
What?
The other ones that you don't kill, who are they to you?
I use them and they me. If there's no gain, what's the use?
I think we saw this one before.
What's the use? I'm asking you that. But you have no answer. Have you? Yet it's very clear.
If those are going to be repeats, we might start skipping them. All right, how about more ammo and more fury and less gas, more loot. Yeah, we always want to max that out. I'm doing pretty good on water. Maybe increase my maximum health, a little bit more food. Yeah, I'm really not going to stress about those because every time I visit Griffa, we've got like 8-9 tokens, so it's fine. The Face says that they think that Hamill was the best in Wing Commander Prophecy. Now, my memory is that he wasn't in that one very much. That was their attempt to continue the series with a new protagonist and a different alien threat. And I remember liking Prophecy at the time, but even then, like, it was like, okay, this was pretty good, but pretty good. Like, I don't remember it fondly, is I guess what I'm getting at. Wing Commander Prophecy came out after The Price of Freedom. That was Wing Commander 4, which really was that Wing Commander 4 was the Malcolm McDowell show. I'm not even sure that he was in it all that much, but by God, did I remember the times that Malcolm McDowell was in that game. And then Prophecy came out after that, which was like, I do know that Mark Hamill makes some memorable appearances, but at least my memory is that he isn't in it very much. Oh, that it was aimed at the character Maniac. Yeah, see, I don't remember one way or the other. Was Maniac like a principal character in you want to know? Here's the embarrassing thing, guys. You want to know the number one thing that I remember about Prophecy? It's that it ended on what I felt like was a cliffhanger for a major character. His name was Mark Hamill. I don't know why we're going to avoid talking about the end of that. And the fact that the capital ships in the game did not explode. Or more specifically, they never stopped exploding. Okay, Chum's buggy and the dog are unlocked and available to be used to safely locate minefields and landmines out in the wasteland.
Now stay.
I returned Chum's buggy and the dog to G's stronghold. I think they will prove to have their uses. Okay, do I want to do a story mission? No, we've got time. And it's been a while since I've done a story mission, so sure, why not? Yeah, in Wing Commander Prophecy, when you disable the capital ship, it would simply like turn into it, like the character model was still there for the ship, but it would just be constantly exploding. Just infinitely, and it would never like break apart in debris, and I remember being very disappointed about that even at the time. No big spectacular Death Star like echo wave shooting out, just blowing up for eternity.
Talon, huh?
I hear it's possible to tear down the jaw with this.
Oh, that sounds like Guckash John. But it's possible. With a pinch of black magic.
What do you know?
Ha! Oh, you got balls the size of boojums. And you done us some good, granted. So hear me. You'll need to get your harpoon reinforced to get through that first gate. Easy. But your biggest hurdle are those hinges. That's why it all calls for some black magic.
Explosives.
Oh, yeah. With the Talon, build you an explosive jag tip, blow those hinges right off. Boom.
Let's do it.
So the Fae is saying Maniac wasn't a more or less important character in Prophecy than he was in the two preceding games, but he had some really great interactions with the new protagonist, who they think his name's Hawk, and I can't disagree with that because I do not remember.
They say you were on your way.
Okay, Thunderpoon, yes, Thunderpoon, here it is. Thunderpoon of Tenants. Okay, install. Yes. Okay, can I make it better immediately? Because I can make it better immediately. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to have a particular one. Wait, no I don't. Look, it only makes the weaponry slightly better. Decrease reload time by 25%. Yeah, hit it. So, am I no longer...
I hear him calling. I hear him. Oh, do you? The big chief in Gastown wants collecting. Shall we go get him?
Jeff says real-life explosions are a lot less dramatic than on film. Well, that depends on which ones we're talking about. Remember when that, like... Remember, it was like a fertilizer factory, fertilizer storage facility. Where was that? Remember when that went up like a year and a half ago? And that was on tape? That was significantly... Like, if that had happened... in a movie, you'd be like, okay, they kind of oversold this a little bit. Top speed is 40%. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm tired of not upgrading my car because I'm waiting for a new Archangel to come around. Okay, wait. I've got 588. What's the best thing that I can get here? Sure. Okay, is there anything else I can get with my 200 scrap? Well, there used to be. Yeah, that's 300. All right. I'm gonna spend some of my loot. Sailor says the aluminum plant in China recently. I don't think that I saw that one.
Pick a target!
The Thunderpoon is the most powerful weapon in Chum's arsenal and can be used to destroy enemies, structures, and vehicles from a safe distance. So we'll aim and fire. And fire.
Smithereens!
Hey! What the hell are you doing out here?
Practice! Just practice! No need to get itchy trigger fingers!
This was crazy, making a mess of ruckus and hurting my nugget. Fine! What you mean?
Oh, it's a beauty, Saint! Such power. Can you feel it? Huh? We're ready for the jaw. Ready as we'll ever be.
Wait, what was the other thing that came and went? Oh no. I'm gonna have to scroll back because there was something that somebody said that I wanted to... Oh, it was Jab. Jab saying that if I watch a sitcom for like more than 5 years, I wind up hating everybody on it. I think the most
Bastards approaching.
potent I've ever felt about a sitcom, just bored. I either find a sitcom entertaining, as I do like, well, like we can acknowledge that MASH is a sitcom, right? I mean, it's a situational comedy. The situation happens to be war, and it occasionally gets, some might say maudlin, but contemplative, I think, is probably a little bit
Keep an
better.
eye on the car.
With a sitcom with some heavy drama roots to it. I'll tell you one. I never ever want to meet Alan Alda. I don't have many. Like, I don't tend to hold famous people in a lot of like personal high esteem, because I sort of feel like fundamentally everybody's just there to do their job. Like, actors and writers and directors, they may do their job because they love it, but it's still a job, it's still work, and we don't necessarily fawn over, like, say, frontline medical care workers, for example. So why should we lionize actors? Like, I like actors, I appreciate the work that they do. For the hell is this? Think this is gross? Dude, people will be eating all kinds of creepy crawlies in the future when resources run out. I'm talking cockroaches, larvae, even maggots straight out of a body, for example. Plus, they're pretty good too, once you get around to how they look. Monty. Oh, just spiders and maybe like a weird fly thing. Okay. The thing about Alan Alda is that he took what was really just kind of a zany madcap comedy about the Korean War and chose to do something more with it. And as with everything, whether you personally like the fact that he decided to use a really, really popular television series that aired in prime time on a major network to talk about the
Headlights are beacons at night.
horrors of war, he still wanted to use his time in the spotlight to do something more than just cash a check. And I grew up watching MASH, and there was no one that I saw on television that I held in higher esteem than Hawkeye Pierce. Someone who was among the absolute best in his profession at doing a job that he absolutely hated. And he hid all of his misery and desperation behind a veil of bright humor that elevated not only his own mood, but that of everyone around him. And was Hawkeye Pierce a womanizer? Did he have really regrettable personality traits that we would look on today in a very, very dim way? Yes, absolutely. But he was an imperfect person in a horrific situation, and he was trying to find a way to make it through to tomorrow. And I am willing to forgive some personality problems, some real severe personality problems with the way that he interacted with and around women. For the episodes where they realized that and they course corrected and they tried to show that Hawkeye Pierce actually realized, oh wait, I've really been mistreating people, and where's this person going? Okay.
Coming here.
In other words, like, what's the best way to put it? That I don't like Alan Alda and his portrayal of Hawkeye Pierce because he was some paragon of perfection. I like him because of the character's willingness to show imperfection, and I feel like the character grows a lot throughout the run of the series, particularly seen in his relationship with Margaret Houlihan. That was my review of MASH, everyone. Just in case you were waiting on that. Lebanon, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. The fertilizer plant explosion. It was a storage facility. I keep saying plant. It was just a storage facility. But boy, howdy, when that thing went up, there was nothing but splinters. And I mean for like several blocks. Chivalry says, I think Jab's point is like, hand grenades just make a pop in real life. There's no fireball. Oh, yeah, I've never seen an actual grenade go off. I fully believe in that.
There's something
That's played up. It's similar like how if you... One of a scene that I always really appreciate is in Last Action Hero, a movie that I think about probably more than the people that were in the movie Last Action Hero. There's a great scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, like, comes to the real world, and... Hold on a second. Or just throw it. Fucking whatever. Hold on. Anyway, he fires his gun at an oncoming vehicle, and the bullets just like go into the side of the... It's not plexiglass. What are cars? Fiberglass. It just like goes into the car, and there's no like shower of sparks or ricocheting bullets. The car doesn't just randomly explode. Right, because it's the real world, and that doesn't happen that way. I'm hoping they... Yep, both go up. Wow, Aimu has never seen a single episode of MASH. Let's see. If I was to recommend a single episode of MASH, there's one of my favorites is an episode. It's a single, like 26-minute episode or whatever they ran back when it was a half-hour showtime that depicts an entire year at the 407th. However, I'm not sure if that episode would resonate with someone who's never seen it. There's an episode that is told from the point of view of someone who has died. Or no, sorry, I think for most of the episode they are dying. Yes, so they're having an out-of-body experience. So they have this, like, they're basically a ghost. And they're walking around seeing not only their own decline into death, but the people of the 407th from an external point of view without knowing the people and seeing that there's an irreverence to how they do their jobs, but that's not to be mistaken for a lack of care or empathy for the people under their care, that they actually care a tremendous amount. But much like we've been talking about with Hawkeye, they cloak their sadness and their failures and their dreams of getting home beyond just finding any way to maintain high spirits and distraction until the next day. Are we done here? We are done here. I thought that there was something else in the, to explore. There's also a great episode of MASH where Hawkeye, I think it's Hawkeye and Margaret are like trapped behind enemy lines and they're being shelled, and they really earnestly believe they're going to die. And this episode culminates with, I believe, the one and only kiss that the two characters ever have, and very, very quickly they're like, no, no, that's gross. But whether or not that was brought about by like a demand from the studio or something, there was never anything between those two characters and no reason in the world for them to ever get together. It was just, once again, an expression of hot misery. We're not going to be able to go do the story mission, are we? Because I'm like way off course. I stopped to do other things and then talk about MASH. Moo was born in '76, does remember MASH being on. I didn't know Clint Barton was in MASH. But Angel, they are a man... Oh, Surgical Force is saying, but Angel, they're a man and a woman in a story. They have to love each other. Yeah, I wish I could remember the particulars, but there's a specific episode of... Oh, well, now we're doing this. There's a specific episode of MASH where, like, Hawkeye... And it's not just one, but there's one particular one where he really gets called out for, like, mistreating a woman and, like, not listening to her and stuff, and basically demeaning her in a way that he probably thought was fun and harmless at the time. But she's like, no, man, that's really not cool. And he feels bad about it and expresses remorse and wants to get to know her better and like in a non-romantic way. And unfortunately, as MASH tends to go, as a lot of sitcoms from the era go, there's no follow-through, right? There's not like that actor goes on to be a recurring character or anything. It's a one-off, but that's just how television was made at the time. I don't fault it for that. Lots of hitting the reset button at the end of every episode, because the idea of a showrunner or like a running storyline was fairly uncommon. Not really something that happened. Do you think? Can I blow up that tank with the Oh yes, I sure can. Or something. Oh, you know what? You know what might be the #1 episode of MASH that I would recommend? And I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it. Because I want to at least talk about what it did. So, one of the things that was realized in MASH is that if a character left the series, like, for example, Frank Burns, they didn't have to replace that character with a different character who was just the same guy. I know, it's shocking to think of today, but that was something that they realized in MASH, that the premise of the series was harpoon restricted. What does that mean? It probably means that I have to finish blowing up these things. So anyway, midway through the run of MASH, they introduced a brand new character named Charles Emerson Winchester III, who was played by David Ogden Stiers. My entire life I've always heard it pronounced Steers, but in more recent years I've heard it pronounced Stiers, so we'll go with Stiers. And Charles Emerson Winchester III was a Boston doctor. He was, unlike Frank Burns, also an expert surgeon. Unlike Frank Burns, he was an expert surgeon. What does that mean? Harpoon restricted. Does that mean that I just bash through it? Weak gate, harpoon restricted. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip this because I'm running short on time, because we want to make sure that we get a chance to toss over to Mia.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Harpoon restricted. The fuck? The only thing I can think of is that it must mean that my harpoon is not strong enough to do this. But I'm gonna try ramming it at least once, and I might try blowing it up for good measure. There's one episode of MASH where it has been previously introduced. There's one episode of MASH where a group of soldiers come through, and they are mercilessly mocking somebody in their unit who speaks with an extreme stutter. And Charles Emerson Winchester III, a character who has had very little time for anyone here, his whole philosophy is, I do one job, I do it extraordinarily well, and then I move on to the next job. He doesn't want to know anybody at the 477th. He doesn't want to integrate. He just wants to listen to his music and read his book and drink his very expensive tea and pretend that he is not in the middle of a war zone and that he doesn't need anybody. But for some reason, he takes a real... He pays a lot of attention to these soldiers that are mocking this other soldier who has a speech impediment. He's stuttering all of the time, a really severe stutter. It's very difficult for him to get words and ideas out, and it gets worse when he's nervous or when he's feeling attacked, put upon, mocked by others. And the others in his unit are just having so much fun making fun of him. And Charles takes this very, very personally, and he gets involved. And I don't remember how he exacts revenge on these guys, but he does that typical 23-minute episode of teaching them a lesson and at least reducing the likelihood that they're going to continue to hurt this man in the future. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's way the hell up here. And the reason that I recommend this episode is that it has a lot of heart, and one element that might be missed if it's the one and only episode of MASH that you ever watch is that it has been previously established that Charles sends recordings home to his sister Honora. Many episodes are sort of capped with him speaking to like speaking to a recorder about how much he hates the area and, you know, being in the war and how much he looks to get home. This is the one and only episode of MASH where you get to hear from Honora, because Charles receives a tape from her, and you've probably already guessed the quote-unquote twist that Charles's beloved sister Honora herself speaks with a stutter, and you get to hear that in that episode. And it's an incredibly humanizing moment for a character that has been established so far as just being very high and mighty, very haughty and above it all, that there are people that he cares about, and his sister is one of them. And if he can care about his sister, he can also learn to care about others, that this is not a character set in stone, that he is capable of being more than this very closed-off, ironclad person that you see. And that is, in fact, what happens with him. And it's a powerful episode for that reason. It sets up a lot of things that if it's the only episode of MASH that you ever see, you might not ever see pay off, but I think that might be the one. I think that might be the... Oh, explosion required. The episode of MASH that I would say, if you've never seen it, check this one out, because I think it's real sharp. Forrest has also been sharing some... Oh, no, maybe it's I am Hybrid. I'd have to... Look. Oh, Sandler's saying I have a boom gun. Wait, do I? I do on the...
Not now.
I do have a boom gun on the... on the vehicle, but I can't bring it in here. Let me see, just in case... Okay, let me see, just in case. No, okay. Because my shotgun does have a lot of pyrotechnics to it, but not enough. Go Hybrid is saying hello to I am Hybrid as hello my almost named twin. I would love to check on chat. However, if chat can also please let me know when twitch.tv/morethanamia is going live, I would love an opportunity to toss over. And actually, before we do that, there is going to be a Khadgar link that you will be able to watch all 3 streams synced up so that they're playing simultaneously. That's Drienne, Moo, and Mia. You're going to be able to see all of them. And I'm sure that, I know that it was posted on Twitter before, but I know that Mia, Drienne, and Moo will also have the links up in their respective chats as well. Killer is saying boom gun is at this game's equivalent to a bow and arrow. It's like a javelin with an explosive on the end of it. Will, don't go inside. They killed Dad. They took all supplies. Run. Is Sandra? That's a cool name. Oh, no, it's just Sandra. What? But there's a line in front of it. It should be Isandra. Let me just at least look through chat, because I was talking there for a while. And I think Moo probably left and didn't hear any of my MASH review, because she's going to get ready. Chivalry says, "MASH, you know something, Chivalry? I'm just saying, you all want me to put together 10 of the best MASH episodes. I can fill 5 hours real easy." Sam says that his parents watched MASH a lot when he was a kid. Oh, that's how I came up on it. Watching MASH with my dad in particular. Jab says MASH is an early 70s show. As long as it was on... it was still a long time ago. Central Force is back from lurking. Says Valheim is done. Jab remembers the episode, probably the episode that I was talking about. It was on reruns. MASH was for a long time. Yeah, a man and a woman has in a story have to love each other. Adult people in chat. Force. So Force is saying adult people in chat. Dental is $5 a month, and I don't know if they're subsidized. Is their coverage probably garbage? Oh no, not necessarily. Any company that is, if the company offers dental, so first of all, Force, reach out to HR, ask them, say, okay, I have some questions about this thing. You are absolutely allowed to ask those questions, and I would submit that it would be important to do so. That said, just because the dental coverage is inexpensive does not in any way make it garbage. I would, like, you should ask, but let's envision that at a minimum, it covers 2 cleanings a year and probably like a set of x-rays once every 3 years. That right there is, that, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. As we're saying, there's also a multi-Twitch link as well. Is that the Khadgar link, or like however it will? Like I want to make sure that people know that the event is happening. Yeah, I mean, so thank you to Azric. If there's a better link or anything else, I just want to make sure that we break open. Well, let me look around up here first. I want to make sure that people have as many options to watch this as possible. And it is 8 o'clock, so Azric is saying a Khadgar and a multi-Twitch, because Khadgar wigs out sometimes. Yeah, we had that issue once. I know I saw somebody come over here. All right, I'm gonna go back down to I'm gonna pry open the bin there. So yeah, Azric, that's very good to know. Also, big shout out to Azric. I don't know that I had a chance to talk about it here on stream. I feel like a lot of it happened during a few days when we were off of Twitch, but Azric did a 5 games in 5 day challenge. I think he made it to, I think he did like 4 games in 5 days because life got in the way. And as I said at the time, real life should always take precedent. You know, giving up something that's important, bypassing something to get that 5th game in, it's not worth it. Like, whatever you had to do was surely more, you know, time better spent. But he played a lot of awesome games in there, and one of them, he had texted after the fact, Wolcen, W-O-L-C-E-N. He said that he, like, looked up some more information about character builds and stuff, and is good. Who did that? No, really, who did that? Oh, that guy, hold on. Those guys down there, they threaded that rock over the fence and managed to whack me.
Oh, yeah. I was just dreaming about killing.
But yeah, Wolcen was a super cool game. What was the other game that he played that I really liked? He was playing some Shadow of Mordor as well, which is a very cool game. If you like anything about the way the combat looks or flows in this game, but like, oh man, if only he had a sword, and also they were Uruks. That is Shadow of Mordor in a bundle, and it is a very, very good game. As I said, I think on every opportunity that this topic has come up, I would like to revisit Shadow of War. You want to know, honestly, one of the reasons that I haven't done it? Because from the very beginning of Shadow of War, the sequel, it is a huge spoiler for the first game. Like if I streamed it and Azric saw any of it, Shadow of Mordor would be spoiled. So I was like, nope, I'm just gonna, I keep pressing the dodge, but I am a beat too late. Okay, I really thought I could punch him first. Okay.
Shoot us to glory! Rise in glory!
Carol Luna says that Mia is live. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up as quickly as possible. Anyone who chooses to jump out and check out twitch.tv/morethanamia, twitch.tv/Drienne_Lavode, or I moo do you moo too. By all means, I have just moments left. I would really like to blow up these oil pumps before I go. Let me just knock this guy down. Ah, perfect. Let me just grab this. Blow that up too. It's just the element of, I'm right here. So if I do this very quickly, we can... Oh! Okay, that was it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get the one more insignia here. We're gonna take a very, very quick look around here, but like I was just saying about to Azric about streaming not being a priority, I can come back for this later. I do not need to clear this area out right now. I'm just trying to... Anything up here? No. All right, that is good enough. Yeah, so let's save it here. We're gonna do two. I will lean in to say that this I'm not gonna do it. I was about to say I might finish this up off stream, but we all know I'm not gonna do that. All right, so we'll overwrite that autosave, and with that we're gonna toss over to twitch.tv/morethanamia. But as Azric pointed out, do keep an eye out for that multi-link. Like, hey, let's throw our support to all three of them. They're doing a big co-op event, and I am all about it. We have I Am Hybrid and Samlander saying thanks for the stream. Yes, thank you guys very much for hanging out, and let's go do this right now. Okay, so we will see you over there at twitch.tv/morethanamia, but hopefully in the Twitch channels for all three of the streamers. Let's try to get their big co-op event off to the best possible start. Until next time, you guys, and for real, thank you guys so much all for hanging out. Force, best of luck on the job that you really want. Do not hesitate to contact HR about that dental coverage. I think that you will find that it is well worth the $5 a month. That has always been my experience with dental coverage. As we're saying, thank you for the stream as well. Let me just see. There was a lot of me just talking, which is how Mad Max goes. Before we go, I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any events. Oh my God. No, that was 2 days ago. Okay, we're good. I was like, oh no, did I miss this? No, I did not. Okay, you guys, we will see you very soon. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.